Hello 4Life family and welcome to our talk show Harnessing Hormones, in which we are going to speak about endocrine system balance and how to balance your blood sugar levels. So I am Shweta Chandnani, product lead for 4Life India and host for the talk show today, and we have with us a very expert speaker. Her name is Ms. Rupal Shah and she is a certified diabetes educator, a sports nutritionist, a writer and also a public speaker, and she has been working in the field of nutrition and dietetics since last 10 years. Welcome to the talk show, Rupal.
Thank you so much for having me here, Shweta, and for the wonderful introduction too.
Yes, it's my pleasure. It's an absolute pleasure to have you today on the talk show. So first of all, let's start by speaking about endocrine system. What is endocrine system and what role does it play in our body?
Surely. So just as we have cardiovascular system which deals with the heart functioning, we have cerebrovascular system which deals with the brain functions. We have an endocrine system in our body too, which basically deals with endocrine glands that produces, stores and releases hormones. So hormones are nothing but the chemical messengers. So with hormones, a little bit just go a long way. So just a minor fluctuation in hormones can lead to symptoms like high blood sugars, weight gain or weight loss. It can be infertility or mood swings, or it can be depression. So it's like it has a huge number of symptoms, hair loss, depending on which endocrine gland is affected, the symptoms accordingly is what we see.
Okay, so what are the classical symptoms that you see when it comes to endocrine system health?
Sure. So basically when you see, for example, let's take a common example like diabetes. So diabetes is a condition which we see when pancreas as an endocrine gland is affected. It stops or it decreases the production of insulin, and that is when you see the sugar spike.
Exactly.
The same ways when pituitary gland is affected. Pituitary gland is responsible for releasing growth hormone, and when pituitary gland is affected, we see either the child is growing too much or growing too little. Similarly, if thyroid gland is affected, we see either that person is having hypothyroidism where the thyroid hormones are released in a lesser number, or it can be hyperthyroidism. So this is, based on which gland is affected, that particular hormone release will be affected, and based on that we will see the number of changes in our body. It can be ranging from hair fall to mood swings to body pain, low metabolism, and it's like it has a huge array of symptoms that we see.
Okay, so if you see any of the changes like a lot of hair fall, fluctuation in body weight, difficulty losing weight, a deficiency of focus or deficiency of mental acuity and sharpness, do consider your endocrinologist, because I think these are very classical symptoms of endocrine system imbalance that we see today. So Rupal, as you said that every hormone has a different function. So can you tell me more about how do hormones actually function in the body?
Sure. So Shweta, basically hormones think of this hormones as a lock and key mechanism. So hormones are like the keys, and the target sites where the hormones is going to act have a specialized lock.
Okay.
So each of the hormone is a specialized key, and the receptor target site have a specialized lock. So hormones, when they are released from endocrine glands, are into the blood system, and whenever they fit into that target cell, that is where they start giving the action. They start producing the action.
So I think it's amazing the way you explained the lock and key mechanism. So can you give me some examples of lock and key mechanism, like some of the hormones?
Sure. So if we consider again a common disease like diabetes, so insulin is a hormone and the target site is muscles.
Okay.
So when insulin is released into the blood system, and when the muscle have that receptor, muscle is a receptor, and when muscle have that lock, what happens is insulin goes and fit that muscle, and that is when the muscle starts utilizing the excess blood sugar and starts storing it. And that is the reason why in normal individuals we will never see a blood sugar spike. But when it is a case of a person who is suffering with diabetes, we see there is not enough of insulin in the blood, and that is the reason we see that blood sugar conversion is not happening. The muscles are not getting enough of energy or the blood glucose.
Okay, so we can say insulin is like the key and muscles are like the lock. So that's wonderfully explained. So can you tell us some of the, so we see a lot of hormonal imbalance today, a lot of people suffering from endocrine imbalance and things like that. So what are the diet and lifestyle changes that we can have so that we can manage our blood glucose levels, and also we can manage the overall endocrine system health? That means we are managing overall hormones. So in the umbrella, we can cover whole endocrine system, and can you tell us some tips and tricks to balance that?
Sure. So when it comes to managing endocrine functions and managing hormonal balance, you need to understand one thing. It's a holistic approach that we will have to take. It's not just one thing. So holistic approach will be inclusive of healthy eating as well as exercise, good right quantity of physical activity as well as the quality of physical activity, as in it needs to be a combination of cardio as well as the weightlifting. Also, it will include how you are managing the stress level, because that is inevitable, but we need to learn how we are managing it. Also, it will include the good sound sleep, whether a person is getting it or not. So when all these factors are corrected, that is when you will see the actual hormonal balance is working in your body. Also, you will be able to see there is no endocrine dysfunction that is happening.
Yeah, exactly. So when you say balanced diet, can you describe briefly what do you mean by a balanced diet, and how do you create a balanced diet daily?
Certainly. So when we talk about the diet, it should be a basic composition of all the food groups, which is inclusive of cereals, pulses, millets, dairy products, as well as other food groups like fruits, vegetables, oils, fats, nuts, seeds, everything. So a diet should be compromising each and every food group. The moment you are removing any particular food group, you are not nourishing your body that it needs with that particular the nutrient that it provides. Also, when we are talking about the balanced food plate, we need to understand that each of our meal should be balanced in terms of carbohydrate, proteins and fat. Okay, so when we are talking about carbohydrates, we are really looking at lots of complex carbohydrate.
Exactly.
Complex carbohydrate means lots of fiber. Why lots of fiber? Because fiber is the food for the bacteria in your body, and the bacteria that I'm talking about is the good bacteria that the food bacteria is. Fiber is the bacteria, and fiber is the food for the bacteria.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And other thing that when I'm talking about the complex carbohydrate is the fruits and vegetables. We need to have as many fruits and vegetables and as many different color of fruits and vegetables as possible. The reason being, each color have a specific vitamin and mineral in it and antioxidant in it, which is responsible for certain functions in our body. So let's aim to create a plate in front of us every day where we are including different colors. When we are talking about protein, I am talking about the high biological value protein, which should be a part of each and every meal and not just one meal. So with India being a predominantly vegetarian country, we need to also ensure that we are including dairy products, also pulses, also protein that we are getting from all kind of nuts and seeds. We need to make sure our meals needs to be rich in high biological value protein as well as soya.
Okay, that's great. So that means we need to have proteins which are good quality proteins consisting of all the amino acids, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So the plate has to be balanced with good amount of protein, carbohydrates, fiber, etc. in the diet. You also have to include dairy, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So
of course, you need to include dairy unless that you or your family or any person who is intolerant to dairy or allergic to dairy, in that case you need to avoid it, but yes, you can include otherwise.
Yes, so she also touched upon millets. So millets is also a very good option when you are considering complex carbohydrates. So it's a good source of fiber, good source of complex carbohydrates, which is not going to give a high spike of blood sugar, right?
Yes.
So that was some really good advice. And you also mentioned about weight training and a combination of weight and cardio. What about yoga? Does yoga also helps in the which kind of physical activity would you suggest?
So yoga is basically a combination of different asanas as well as meditation. So I would suggest that each and every one of us should be doing a multiple different activities, and it should not be that if I am doing yoga, I will be doing only yoga. It should be a combination. So it can be 2 days a week where you are doing yoga, 2 days a week where you are doing walking or cycling just in open nature, or 2 days a week you are doing just weightlifting. That is when you can reap the benefit of all different physical activity. Even while you are doing yoga, you are also meditating, and that is actually going to help you in bringing down your stress level. So you shouldn't be missing out on any form of physical activity.
So when it comes to physical activity, it has to be a combination of different type of physical activity, which will create really wonders for managing your endocrine system and blood sugar balance. So Rupal, can you tell me more about what are the kind of supplements and botanical extracts you use in your own practice when it comes to endocrine system health and you're balancing your blood sugar levels?
Sure. So it depends on what kind of patients we are seeing and what are the symptoms that they are facing. So for example, it's been proven that those who are suffering from higher cortisol, we give them ashwagandha because it is known to decrease the cortisol level by managing the stress. Also, it has been proven that vitamin C helps in decreasing the estrogen dominance or estrogen imbalance. So we give vitamin C as an antioxidant to those kind of patients. Also, the research study has said the research study have said that the phytonutrients, when we use lots of phytonutrients when we eat lots of phytonutrients from the foods that we are eating, and also when we are supplementing it, it's been seen that the diabetic patients, when they were given the phytonutrients and at the same time when they were exposed to lots of phthalates. So phthalates is nothing but an endocrine disruptor.
Exactly. And
it's been commonly found in all kind of shampoos and nail pins and perfumes and so many other stuff that we are using on a daily basis. So when a person is eating lots of phytonutrients, automatically the damage caused by phthalates, a kind of an endocrine disruptor, decreases. So that is another reason why we need to start making use of all kind of herbs and supplements. The other commonly used supplements that we often prescribe to our clients is rosemary, peppermint, turmeric, cinnamon. These are all indigenous Indian food. It's just that we need to use it in right quantity and at the right time. Other supplements that we also use are symbiotics, because symbiotics works excellently for the gut health. And gut health is again very important if we are looking for endocrine balance. Also green tea, cruciferous vegetables, flax seeds, fennel seeds, and so many herbs and supplements are nowadays been used. The reason being, we are exposed to endocrine disruptors every single day, every single minute. So of course the need for all the supplements increases.
Exactly. Wow, and I think that's awesome that you're using a lot of vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients and botanical extracts in your practice. So we also have an amazing product in 4Life, which is designed to support your endocrine system health, your blood glucose levels, and also it takes care of the pancreatic health. So this is the product by 4Life named Glucoach, and it has a lot of botanical extracts, phytonutrients. It also has vitamins, minerals, and of course transfer factors in it. So transfer factors basically are these proteins and peptides from cow colostrum and chicken egg yolk, which have been designed to balance your immune system. So it also, as you mentioned, that it is very important to take phytonutrients, and there was a study also, as you mentioned. So we also have a lot of botanical extracts in this product, which includes cinnamon, it has curcumin, it has bitter melon fruit extract, it has fenugreek seed extract, and it has gudmar leaf extract, which in Hindi is called as destroyer of sugar. So it's a comprehensive blend of ingredients which is designed to maintain your glycosylated hemoglobin, to maintain your pancreatic health, to manage your endocrine system, and also to support your healthy blood glucose levels.
That's awesome. Wonderful combinations, I must say.
Yeah. So Rupal, how do you think stress affects our endocrine system, and what is the impact of stress on the overall endocrine system health?
Sure. So stress is something which has a direct impact on the endocrine system as well as the hormonal balance. But stress is inevitable, right from child to adolescent to middle age to a geriatric population. Each one of us is going to have some kind of stress. What we really need to see over here is learn how to manage that.
Okay, so I also have read a study which says like 72% of the global population has some or the other kind of stress. Like some have financial stress, some have personal, some have professional. But how the body reacts to stress is depends a lot of thing on that. Our aging process, our mental acuity, vitality, fertility, our libido, a lot of things are dependent on how your body is taking the stress.
And you can take care of the stress very well by calming down your brain. How you can calm down? By adding foods into your lifestyle which can actually reverse the impact that the stress creates in your body. So adding supplements or adding herbal teas basically helps a lot. Adding curcumin with piperine also helps in managing the stress level. Also adding stuff like flax seeds, dark chocolate, because they are rich in omega-3, anthocyanins, multiple phytochemicals, and that can actually help in elevating or uplifting your mood. So that is also one of the way how you can always make sure that you are dealing with the stress very well. Also, last but not the least, we know the power of meditation on how it can help in decreasing and managing the stress level. So let's make sure that we are adopting all these things in a regular lifestyle, because I'm sure I can't say that you don't have to be in a stressful situation. That is inevitable. That is going to happen. What we need to do over here is to learn how to manage the stress level.
Okay, the best part is you can also eat dark chocolates to manage your stress, yes, right? Not too much, but yes, in moderation, definitely. So the ingredients that you are using in your practice or you have spoken about is something that we also have in a product, which is Renuvo, and it is a patented formula. We have recently got 6th patent on this product, and it is a very well researched product. I'll also speak about a study that has been done on this product. So it is a wonderful combination of black pepper extract, it has devil's weed, that is gokru, it has kutki, then it has green tea extract, it has ashwagandha, which you said is like said to lower the cortisol levels under stress, and a lot of other ingredients which help in maintaining a healthy mental acuity, sharpness, your energy, your mood, your metabolism, and of course your fertility and overall sexual vitality. So this is one of the most favorite products of For Life. People love it absolutely, and the tagline says to help you feel 22, because when the endocrine system is good, you feel healthy and youthful, and your aging process is also dependent on your endocrine system. So this is something which is really wonderful.
The product, when it says you feel 22, it's absolutely right, because when you are loading your body with such a great nutrients and herbs, I'm sure no one can stop from making you feel 22.
Yeah, exactly. And also, this product has piperine in it. It has, which is active component of black pepper, which is also very much proved when it comes to reducing your stress levels and increasing your overall energy, making you in a good mood and all that. So it also, and of course, it has transfer factors, which is the USP of the brand when it comes to the supplements, which are these proteins and peptides from cow colostrum and chicken egg yolk to balance your immunity. So when the immunity is good, your cell functioning is good, your organ systems are working properly and in good shape. So this is Renuvo, and I'll also let you know about a study which was done on this product, which says that when Renuvo was taken and under too much stress, it was seen that the stress markers were not decreasing too much. The TNF alpha was reduced. Antioxidant capacity was increased after taking the product. So this is the study which has been done also on this product.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So Rupal, what do you think about estrogen imbalance in females? We are seeing a lot of cases with estrogen imbalance. So how does it affect the body and so on?
So the usual symptoms that we are seeing nowadays in most of the females, that is weight gain, fat gain to be specific, also mood swings, infertility, hormonal imbalance in terms of periods not coming on time. These are all the symptoms of estrogen imbalance. So basically this is again has to do a lot with the lifestyle, a lot to do with the endocrine disruptors that we are exposed to on a daily basis. So all these things are leading to the symptoms that we are facing nowadays. Of course, the only way how we can make sure that this all things can be brought under control is by, as I said earlier, by making sure we are leading a healthy lifestyle, which is comprising a healthy food, exercise, managing stress level, plus sleep.
Okay, that's great. So when you are speaking about endocrine disruptors, I was going through a study a few days back, and it says that females are exposed to like 138 chemicals per day with the amount of cosmetics and daily products that we're using, and of course we're using more than men.
Yeah.
Because we are very conscious how we are looking and how we are dressing up. So the all the cosmetics that we're using and all the daily products that we are using on a daily basis has almost like 138 chemicals in 10 to 12 products per day that we're using.
You know, even the nail paints we are applying are having endocrine disruptors.
Yes.
And it is absorbed via the skin, via the nails, and it is absorbed.
Yeah.
So we might feel it's just a topical application, how it can affect the endocrine, but it does have an effect.
Yes, the phthalates, the parabens and things like that are absolutely, like imbalancing the hormones in the female body, which plays a very big role in overall health. So it is said when the when the female hormone balance is good, their reproductive system is good, their cardiovascular system is good, their bone health is good also. So a lot of things depends on the hormones. So if the hormones are working properly, the female body is working properly, and estrogen is something which needs to be taken care of. And in recent years we have seen a lot of people with estrogen imbalances. So we have a wonderful product for this named Belle Vie, and the product is designed for female health. As you can see the pink label on it. So it's a beautifully designed product for female health. So it has green tea, it has shatavari, it has flaxseed extract. So seeds, as you know, it is a very important part of seed cycling also a lot of people do.
Yeah.
So we have flax seeds in it, we have kudzu in it, and then of course we have transfer factors in it, which are these proteins and peptides from cow colostrum and chicken egg yolk. And the best part is it has green tea extract, it has kudzu, and it has like lignins and isoflavones from kudzu and red clover, which are very, very powerful phytoestrogen blend. It has transfer factors and phytoestrogens to promote your healthy cellular growth, for gynecologic health, for your reproductive health, and also for your breast health.
That's a wonderfully designed product.
Yeah, so it's taking care of the female endocrine system and also the breast health and overall reproductive health for the females.
Lovely.
Yeah, so I would like to ask you the key takeaway message from this talk show. We had a wonderful descriptive talk show on the endocrine system, metabolic health and blood sugar levels. We also touched upon female health as well. So, like how would you like summarize this, and what is the key takeaway message for the audience that we have?
So I will say just one thing over here that I personally follow is following an 80-20 rule. Let's make sure that 8 days in 10 days or 80% of the times we are following a healthy lifestyle, which is comprising of all the things that we mentioned, and 20% of the time we can take that liberty or take it as a reward for ourselves by enjoying the things we know it's somewhere harming us, but I know somewhere we can't resist. So be it eating a fried food, or be it eating a dessert of a choice, or waking up staying awake till late night, it's okay 20% of the times if we are doing it, but make sure 80% of the times we are keeping ourselves healthy in terms of getting good sleep, following exercise routine, eating healthy, staying away from endocrine disruptor as much as possible.
Okay, so it has to be a 80-20 rule. 80 times you have to manage a good lifestyle and dietary habits. 20% of the time you can just go with the cheat days, but definitely not more than that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we are really grateful to have you today. Thank you very much for this wonderful session, and this was, I think, one of the most amazing sessions which we had, which is very important for maintaining our endocrine system health, for managing the blood sugar levels, and also managing the overall good health and vitality. So as in 4Life, we believe in doing life differently. So that's the talk show about managing your blood sugar levels and endocrine system health. Thank you very much. Until we meet again, take care, stay safe, and keep balancing your immunity with 4Life Transfer Factor products. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.